Amanda the Adventurer is an indie horror game that heavily uses analog horror to portray its short and complex story. The game was released in 2023, which is still recent, but the demo was released a while beforehand. I remember watching Markiplier play the demo and thinking, wow, that was an amazing game. I hope the devs take it and run, and then they did. The story follows a person named Riley Park who inherited a house from their Aunt Kate. Their reclusive aunt had stacks of VHS tapes in relation to the popular kids show, Amanda the Adventurer. As you play through, you realize that these somewhat innocent tapes have a much darker side to them, and as you go through it, it gets more noticeable. The story follows a person named Riley Park who inherited a house from their Aunt Kate. The reclusive aunt had stacks of VHS tapes in relation to the popular kids show, Amanda the Adventurer. And as you play through, you realize that these somewhat innocent tapes have a much darker side to them. And as you go through it, it gets more and more noticeable. Something's wrong with Amanda, and it's almost as if she needs you to do something. The puzzles of this game left me confused after the first death scene, and unfortunately, most people probably stopped after that thinking that the game ended there, with you being killed by a monster that looked a lot like Amanda. One thing I do wish that they kept from the demo is the ending where she was approaching your house and you hear the sounds of her at your house, like knocking on your door. Though the game wasn't the best in my opinion, it's definitely beginner friendly for people who have little experience with horror. The game followed the trend that FNAF started, which is complex lore with very little explanation. Unlike other games who use this method of portraying lore, they nailed it. The game created complex yet understandable lore that left enough room for theories, which is quite uncommon for indie games. I did give it a positive review on Steam as it's a really good game. I wouldn't say it's an amazing game for me, but it's an amazing game for those who are new to horror. If I had to score it out of 10, it would be an 8, as it's a good game with a good story. The game's lack of realism helps provide an uneasy feeling, and the childish aspects play well into the horror genre. Turning something innocent and pure into something graphic and disturbing is what makes the Uncanny Valley such an unsettling feeling. Personally, I like games with less detail as they leave more for the imagination. The brain's reaction to seeing nothing is to make something recognizable out of it, such as seeing faces in the pitch black darkness. This game is easy to follow, doesn't have intense jump scares, and has an understandable storyline, which is a rarity of the indie field, as most people think that jump scares and gore make a scary experience. Truthfully, the scariest thing you could do as a developer is to never have jump scares. Tension that never gets released is way more scary than cheap jump scares that last for a second. If you do play this game, I would recommend using a playthrough if you want to get all the achievements and all the endings like I did. Another thing to mention is this game can be as long as 5 hours if you play it authentically. For comparison, the full playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club runs about 7.5, and the full playthrough of One Shot was about 6 hours. Essentially, I'm saying this game is short. I will say though, the devs did mention that beforehand in their game store page, so hats off to you. Amanda the Adventurer is a good game, especially for beginners, with its complex yet understandable lore, and its short gameplay and light jump scares. It's perfect for those who are just getting into the genre. Though if you are an expert or intermediate, it's a little lackluster, especially for how much the game was hyped. But aside from that, I have no other complaints. And don't forget to be careful. Amanda's not happy. And she's right behind you.
Yum, that's my... Oh. I thought you were different.
Hi guys, it's Karma. I just want to say if you guys have any more recommendations for video games to review, please leave them in the comments below, or join my Discord, which is available on my Twitch, but also in the description box below. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, I just want to say that before I left. Bye!